How's it going, everybody? Jody in here, and back for another episode in my Minecraft series. Oh god, wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, I know what's going on here. Are we back? Are we back? There we are! Okay. For some reason I had the the wrong setting in my game or OBS. It was looking for a game that wasn't there. Anyway, the bugs that happen when you're recording. Okay, anyway, we're back for another episode in the Minecraft series, and I do apologize for the last episode. That was a double episode, really. That was 4 hours. Yeah, so kind of apologize for that. I don't intend these videos to go that long, but we were just on a roll, and I was like, okay. I looked down at the clock, and it was like 4 hours in, and I was like, oh shit. I was actually not expecting us to roll for 4 hours on that episode. I really wasn't, and I wasn't even trying to get to 4 hours on that episode. That was just crazy. I was like, oh okay, but a lot of shit got done, so you know, to me it was worth it. All right, let's get these guys all bred up here. I'm probably missing a whole pile of them. We are getting to a squish point, though. We are getting into a point here where they're gonna start running out of space. So that's definitely a thing. Oh, we got a shiny again. I found out that shiny is actually they're actually carrying something special. So I gotta wait for him to grow up, and then take him out. And then once I take him out, we'll find out what he's actually carrying. It's one of the it's one of these things. Like I got luck from one of these guys. What do you got for me? You got, oh, look at that, universal cable. I'll take more universal cable. And control circuits is osmium. I'll take some more electrical cable. I like the electrical cable. It's gonna get a lot of use. Alright, what is this? Advanced control circuit, and we got basic and we got advanced control circuits. We'll put those in here too. The osmium ingots are going here. Okay, so kind of sad about this thing. This did not amount to really anything. Didn't really get much out of this. I think I can use shears to lop off the top part and get another flower. I think. I could be wrong about that. I didn't even jump there. Come on, jump. Jump! Got it. Can I reach that top? I can't from here. Dang. Okay. Well, I can if I do this. How's that? Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? I don't think I can. No. I'm gonna need to build up to get to that. Let's use, what should I use? Let's use the force planks. I want to use a block that I can break without taking out my whole island. Hello. So if I break that, I get the chorus flower block back. Blah. Break this. Ooh, down we go. Okay. This back in here, and then we can break the rest of it. And we'll get chorus fruit. Get some chorus fruit, got the chorus flower back. What I like is when these chorus flowers, they go in different directions. When you plant it, and then it grows up, and it'll go like one this way, one that way, and kind of fork off in different directions, and give you more chorus flowers. But that didn't happen the first time we did it, so we'll have to hopefully get it the second time, I guess. How you guys doing? You guys are doing alright. If I had a harvester on you guys... Uh-oh. Come on, I have not been awake that long. Ow. Bastards. Ow, let me sleep. I need a roof over my head. It takes too long to sleep. Listen, you bastards. Okay. Okay, it's on now. Come here. Alright. It's on. You guys asked for it. You guys asked for it. I'm grabbing a bow. I'm grabbing a bunch of arrows. And I'm going to kick your guys' asses. Come on, let's head over to the platform. Oh, now you guys are going to die in the air. Let's head over to the platform here. Come on. Dickhead. Get over here. I'm going to put some arrows through your frickin' face. Get over here. No, you don't get to... No. Ah. Bastard. Bastards. Like, you don't get to burn. You gotta come down here and face the music. Oh my gosh. Look at all this gear! We're just gonna grab all this gear and we're gonna convert it all to... Look at all this gear! Oh, we got some Inferium Essence. I'm happy about that. And we got an Ender Pearl. When did we get an Enderman in here? They shouldn't be able to fit in there. Oh, unless it was a mini Enderman. Maybe it was a mini. Because the full-size Enderman can't fit in there. I made it that way. Oh, we are going to get so much iron right now. Thanks to this little ingenious force rod. You are so awesome. I only got another 60 uses in it, though. Before it's, oh, I can't do that because that's damaged. You have to repair them. You know, I gotta make a... I'm gonna use this iron. I'm gonna make a, an anvil. Because I discovered last time that if I made an anvil, even if I used one iron ingot to repair these, I'm gonna get more ingots out of it. Oh! I got 2 flowers! Yay! I don't know why I'm so excited about that. It's not as if it's, you know, gonna... It's not as if it's anything special, really. Give me an anvil. Okay. And let's place our anvil... Where? We're running out of space for things. Why not? Place it here. Okay, so, if I go like this, and just toss in one little... Okay, so 1 ingot to repair that, 1 ingot to repair this. Now, when I go and do this, I get 5 ingots and 7 ingots. So, it's definitely worth repairing the armor before you break it down. Or in order to break it down, I should say. Because you'll end up with more ingots in the long run. Alright. Yay! I got 2. Okay, so if I break you off now, I got 2. Pop that. Get our chorus fruit. Throw that in there. You don't have to let them fully grow, as you just saw. And where's flour? I think the flowers are used later on. I think. Could be wrong. I think they're used later on. Look at all you shiny chickies. I love my chickens. They provide me with eggs. Eggs provide me with dirt. And dirt allows me to grow my island. I should actually just have it automatically going into the composter. Rather than coming over here. I can very easily do that. I just have the... Instead of the pipe coming up here, I have it cross underneath and attach over here. It would be a very simple fix. Although I'd have to go underneath and do some work down there. So you know what? Let's fucking do it. Let's stop talking about it. Let's just fucking do it. You don't need this. I'm gonna need my wrench. Oops. That's not my wrench. I need an empty hand to grab my wrench. That's all. Okay. So I watched this video the other day. I'm one for watching videos. I like to hop on and watch videos on like Facebook, YouTube, and all that stuff. And I admit I can be a little opinionated on some videos. I watched a video the other day that kind of got me blocked by the person who posted it. Had to do with they were like showing off their giant RV, and I was like, you know, really, yeah. I basically said my own personal opinion of, you know, those giant RVs that you can't really do anything with except take them to an RV park where it's all everything's all paved, and you know, I'm like, that's my opinion. Basically, that I let be known was that that's not camping. That's basically what I said. That's basically all I said. I was like, this is not camping. And apparently I struck a chord. Apparently I struck a chord. I said, this is not camping. This is, you know, basically what it's akin to, what I feel it's akin to is is living in trailer parks. It's like taking a trailer park with you. Your trailer is as big as something you'd find in a trailer park. I mean, sorry if it offends, but it's not something you can deny either. I'm like, you got this big ass RV with all the amenities of home. You know, it's got how many bedrooms in it? It's got you can count the number of bedrooms it has. If you're in an RV where you can count the number of bedrooms, it's not an RV. It's a trailer that can be moved. So you're technically in a trailer park. I don't make the rules. Anyway, so I was just mentioning how gaudy it was. I was like, it's, you know, kind of gaudy, big vehicle like that. I was like, my idea of camping is not everybody's idea of camping. And if I were to get an RV, I'd probably get a small one that can go places. Like, you know, my idea of camping is getting back to nature. So I would want something that is small so that you can go to nature. Not something that you need a bus license to drive. And then I would basically take that wherever you wanted to go. You know, be it you want to go to a campground, you can go to a campground. That's fine. You want to go to one of these gaudy trailer parks. You could go to one of these gaudy trailer parks. That's fine. And if you want to, and here's the kicker. If you wait, where did I just put that hole? Oh, there's a plank on the other side of it. Shit. Okay. Here's the kicker. If you actually want to go to the forest or nature or, you know, whatever, you could do that too. Because your vehicle does not have a weight limit that requires it to be on pavement. I will never understand that. I will never understand people who are like, oh, we're going to get back to nature and buy an RV, and then they get a vehicle that can never leave the pavement. They get this giant, gaudy vehicle, and these people were. This person was even worse because behind their RV, they were hauling like a 2500 pickup. I'm like, okay, now you're just overcompensating for something. I don't know what, but you're overcompensating for something. You need a giant RV that's, bigger than a lot of people's houses. And then you need to tow a pickup truck behind it, a 2500 pickup truck. You're overcompensating. I don't know what you're overcompensating for, but you're overcompensating for something. And I guess that hit pretty close to home because then I was blocked. and I just had to laugh. I was like, okay, there are people out there that just cannot handle the truth. So, I mean, each their own, whatever. I ain't fooling anybody. Oh my gosh. I just had to laugh. I had to laugh. Yeah, because I was kind of like, well, this seems a little gaudy. And that's what started the whole thing. I was like, this seems a little gaudy. It seems a little more than necessary for, for RVing. And that's what set him off. That's what set him off. And then I had to explain, how what my thoughts were. Apparently my thoughts were offensive. my thoughts became offensive, I guess. They didn't like somebody calling them out and saying they weren't camping, because that's what their post was. Oh, this is RVing, this is camping. I was like, this is not camping. That is not camping. That is taking the trailer park with you. And they took offense to that. So whatever. I'm like, whatever. You can believe what you want. You want to believe that you are camping and you're in the great outdoors with your frickin' air-conditioned RV on wheels, big-ass friggin' full-size bathroom. All the amenities, including like a 50-inch flat-screen TV. Yeah, that's roughing it. And then I looked at one of their other posts and they were talking about how, they love to get out and get around, and then they show their son loading up 4 electric bikes on the back of the truck. Like, really? I didn't comment on that video. I held myself back. But I was like, oh, we love to get out as a family and do some exercise, loading 4 e-bikes on the back. There's no pedaling involved in an e-bike. That's what the battery's for. Oh my god. I couldn't. At that point, I was kind of glad they blocked me at that point, because I was like, I just can't with you people. Oh my god. This is the world we live in now. Going to nature means going and parking on a pavement, on a slab of pavement. Getting back to nature is now parking on a slab of pavement, and getting exercise is now riding an e-bike. Fuck. Where did our world go so wrong? I hate to say it, but I think it was the technical revolution. I think if we would have stayed in the industrial age, we would have been much better off. There was more smoke, there was more pollution, but you know what? People were healthier. People were healthier. They actually got out and did stuff. They went to nature to get away from the hustle and bustle of the world. They didn't bring the world with them. I mean, that's what I grew up with. I went to camp. Our camp was in a campground. Not gonna say anything that, going to campgrounds is great, but you bring your experience with you. My experience in a campground was tenting. I tented. My parents had a trailer, so we did have amenities. You know, we had shelter. If there was, if there was a storm or something, my brother and I would seek refuge in the trailer with the parents. So it wasn't like we were abandoned or anything. We weren't, set out to pasture and do your own thing, whatever. We had tents, and we loved it. We loved it. As kids, we loved having our own little room, so to speak, that we could escape. We could escape from everything. I could hop in my tent, and I could pick up a book, and I could just lay there and read. And it was nice during the day. During the day, the tent would warm right up, and it was so nice. The tent would warm up, and you'd basically have a little sauna. So I'd lay there with my book, get in a little sauna, and then, after a while, you get a little too warm, and you head down to the beach. Grab your towel, head down to the beach. Go have a swim. I wasn't inside watching TV. I wasn't riding an e-bike. We did have bicycles, but we had to power them ourselves with these things called legs. It's just I don't get it. And you know what? Growing up, I had legs. I mean, they have since I became an adult and I got my own vehicle, now I have a motorcycle. I am not as fit as I was when I was younger. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not near as fit as I was when I was younger. And sometimes I look back and I go, I was much fitter, I was much healthier when I didn't have all this shit. When I didn't have a motorbike, when I didn't have a car. But I mean, that's part of today's reality. I need a car because I got places I got to go that are well beyond the distance of a bicycle. I got a motorcycle because I'm that kind of a person. I get what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? I get it's not satisfaction from riding a motorcycle. I don't get that. I get a feeling of freedom. I get a feeling of freedom when I'm riding a motorcycle. And I don't have a gaudy motorcycle, one of those lap of luxury things. I have a motorcycle that after about an hour, my ass is so sore from riding it. So, yeah, it's definitely a butt breaker, is what they call them. So, it's not something that's super gaudy, motorcycle-wise. It's like an $8,000 recreation machine. Okay, so I got some tertium. I got some more tertium, I should say. I want to get up to the next crystal, but I need more soul sand. Honestly. Oh, I'm doing all right for soul sand. Yay! Anyway, so that kind of went off on a what? That kind of went off on a tangent. That little conversation. But yeah, I had to share that experience of just the kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I don't know how to just describe you sit back and you go, this is people nowadays. They think they're getting exercise riding an e-bike. They think they're experiencing nature living in a gaudy RV that's parked on pavement. Like, what happened to our world? What happened? It's just beyond me. It's beyond. I can't fathom it. My brain just does not wrap itself around this. Which kind of worries me because I'm like, okay, if I can't figure this out, then I either don't have that mentality and can't understand that mentality, or the mentality is so foreign and so outrageous that my brain doesn't want to understand it. So I mean, I don't know which is which. Either I can't understand it because it's beyond me, or my brain just refuses to understand it because it's completely moronic. But I don't know which way my brain leads on this one. But it's leading a direction, and I'm like, no. I'm just like, no, no, no. I think it would have hurt my brain to try to figure it out. It would I would severely hurt my brain if I tried to figure it out. So where am I here? I'm trying to get. I need more diamonds. Well, actually, I need to do more soul sand, but first I need to do more diamonds. I need more diamonds. Um, so gravel through the gold is going to get me a 4% chance to get diamonds. Um, what does gravel through a diamond get me? Is it a better chance? A 5% chance. So I'll go with the 1% lower chance to process more at a time. It might balance out in the end. But anyways, yeah, I thought I'd share that story. Just because I thought it was... I don't understand it. I don't know, maybe somebody can explain it to me. What this mentality is of getting exercise without exercising, or visiting the great outdoors by having a machine that means you never have to go outdoors, or getting a machine that can't go to nature to experience nature. Because that's what they basically did. That's what people like this actually do. We're getting back to nature. We're going camping, but we're going to get a vehicle that cannot go to nature. It has to be parked on concrete in a basically a trailer park with no trailers. It's a trailer park that doesn't have actual house trailers. They are. It just has parking spots for these ungodly large machines that I don't. Yeah. Again, see, I try to figure it out, and my brain just goes in circles. It doesn't. It can't figure it out. I'm guessing that's a good thing, because I don't want that mentality. I want nature to be nature. I want getting back to nature to mean roughing it, as the old adage goes, roughing it. I guess my saying, if I were to come up with a saying to explain my predicament, it would be, there are a lot of things that I don't understand in this world, and there are a lot of things that I'm happy I don't understand about this world. I guess that would be my saying. If I was to come up with a saying, that would be it. I admit there's a lot of things that I don't understand, and I'm happy that I don't understand them. Ignorance is not always a bad thing. Okay, I got the diamonds I was trying to get. Actually, I got more diamonds than I was trying to get, which is great. So let's do a second diamond mesh. That way we have two gold, 2 diamond. Okay, so now we can process, both of them at the same speed. Okay, diamonds go in here. Coal goes in here. Well, coal should go over there, but we'll put it in here. And we'll throw this gold in here. I really need to move this box over. Or move these. I can move these over that way, but then I have to move this. Actually. Aha! My OCD brain just went, haha, I see a solution! I see a solution to fix the problem. Oh, that's better. That's so much better. There's still a lot that bugs me about this platform and the way it's organized, but at least I can fix a little tiny corner of it. Haha! Alright, so now we're grinding for the... what are we grinding for? We're grinding for the prosperity shards. So anyway, another conversation. I'm still waiting on a little bit of input for the games for the channel. I do want to keep going on Minecraft. I do want to keep going on No Man's Sky, which will have a video soon, I promise. It'll have a video coming soon. It's just easier for me to fire up Minecraft and fire an episode of Minecraft, so when I don't know how much time I actually have to play, it's easier and better for me to go with Minecraft, because if I get a notice that says, hey, you gotta go, look, we're already 30 minutes in. So, whereas No Man's Sky, it takes, you start the game, and then it takes 15 minutes to friggin' load into the world, and then once you're in the world, it takes you another 5 to 10 minutes before you actually start doing anything. In Minecraft's the same thing. There's still that 5 to 10 minutes, before you actually start doing anything. But there's not the 15-minute wait for the damn thing to load. At least not in my experience. Some people out there will say that, their game takes a long time to load, but I don't know. Mine doesn't take that long to load up. Maybe it's the mod packets I choose. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there will be a No Man's Sky episode coming soon. So be on the watch for that. And I still want to know what other games people might be interested in. I did mention Pal World before. That one had a fairly good showing last time I did a small series on it. And like I said, unfortunately I can't recover that series because it's on a different platform. That series is on Xbox Game Pass, and I am currently playing, because I got the game now, because I actually own the game now, I would be playing it on Steam, and the two saves are not compatible as far as I know. This is what I've been told, or led to believe, that the saves are not compatible. So, where was I going with that? Yeah, okay, so I won't be able to continue that series, unfortunately. I will leave that series up on the channel, and just maybe start another playlist, like a second, maybe like a season 2 quote unquote playlist, for No Man's Sky, or not No Man's Sky, for Pal World. If I go that route, I'll just do like a season 2, and start all over again. I do have other games in my repertoire. Anybody can go view, the library I have on Steam. That's easy enough. You just go look under my username and click on games. There's like 800 of them. So I do have a long list of games that are over there. There are some games that I do not want to play alone. I don't think they are good solo games, such as there's Conan, Ark. I don't find these to be very good solo games. So I'm probably not going to do... Oh, we have a split. We have another split. Okay. So I'm not going to do series on those. What I will do is anything that can be easily played single player. Anything that can be easily played single player, we will get into, or I will consider, I should say. That includes if people are interested in maybe Super Nintendo games. I do have the ability to do those. I also have the ability to do Nintendo games. Commodore 64, that's another one. I have the ability to do Commodore 64 games. I do those. I do all those games in a different category, though. I put those under like a mobile category, not a mobile category, but a console category. Um, so I do have Super Nintendo, Nintendo, and Commodore games. Pretty much any game that was those uh, in those categories. Um, what else do I have besides Steam? I got a lot of Blizzard games, but I don't think Blizzard games would be very entertaining. Um, I wanted to do maybe a StarCraft at one point, um, but I found it repetitive. I found StarCraft to be repetitive. It's not that repetitive when you're playing it, but it's repetitive when you're watching it because you build the same base over and over again. Like every time you start a new game or a new thing, you basically do the same thing over and over again. Um, you start with your barracks, and then you get your engineering bay, and then you get to this and that, and it's progressive, and it always ends the same. Um, every single game basically ends the same. Which, like I said, you don't notice it when you're playing it. You only notice it when you're watching it. So I would rather not go that route. And whoops, I would rather not go that route into getting into anything like that. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot to use the pre-existing one. Put this around it, and then these gives me my next tier of crystal. Okay. Which this is I don't like this system at all. I think I've made that more than apparent that I am not a fan of this system at all. Do not like. Okay, so I got 3 more prosperity seed bases. I'm gonna make 3 more coals. 3 more coal plants. They are here, and they are the dark green. Okay. Don't know if I'm gonna have enough for the dark green. I may have to grind. In fact, I'm pretty darn sure I don't have enough. I have enough to do 1. I have enough to do 1. Because it's going to take 4 per. So, 1, boom, 2, boom, 3, boom, and 4. Boom. Seed goes in the middle. Boom. Press the combine button. And we get the coal seed. So we'll plant the second coal plant here. And it'll gather those now and wait, what? Oh, I see how you work. Okay, so you do sweeps. So it'll grab this one, then it'll grab that one, then it'll grab that one, then it'll grab this one, that one, that one. It does sweeps. Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't exactly see how this is, because it hasn't grabbed that one yet. So how are you harvesting? What is your pattern of harvest? Because now I'm intrigued. You do a 3x3 harvest. Okay, now you grab that one. You do 3x3 harvest, but you don't harvest the whole field. Wait, do you have a delay before you grab a random one? No. Oh, it just made more coal. Yay! Okay, so That's weird. Just keep, just keep twerking and swinging. This is the way we twerk our plants. So anyway, that conversation I just had about the parks and whatnot. I don't necessarily say that. In fact, I don't say that to belittle anyone. I really don't want to belittle anyone. I just say it to. I say it to bring people down to reality. I say those things to just. I'm a realist, and I like to bring people back down to reality. So when if somebody says we're getting back to the great outdoors, and they're driving a big, something like that, it's just sometimes you have to call people out on their bullshit, and I find myself incapable of not doing that. And I don't know why. I'm not trying to make any excuses for the things I say. I don't know why I call people out on their bullshit. I just do. And I appreciate it when people call me out on my bullshit. Honestly, I do. If I'm doing something that's complete bullshit, and somebody's like, that's bullshit, I appreciate it when they call me out. Now, you better be able to back yourself up, or we're going to have a conversation. You better be able to tell me how it's bullshit, and not just say, well, people are entitled to their own opinion. Well, no. There's bullshit and then there's bullshit. When it comes to bullshit, there's only two ways you can go. It's either bullshit or it's not bullshit. There's no, okay, it's bullshit for this one person, but not bullshit for this other person. No, that's not the way the world works. It's either complete bullshit or it's not. So, I like to call people out on bullshit. I shouldn't say I should say I have an uncontrollable urge to. That would be more apt. I have an uncontrollable urge to call people out on their bullshit. Yeah, it sometimes rubs people the wrong way, and I get that. That's fine. It's totally fine if you feel that way. You're entitled to your opinions. You're entitled to your feelings. But that's just where I'm at. If I see bullshit, I have to call it out. I can't not. Which is, gets me into some interesting conversations at times. Especially politics. Oh my god. I hate politics. Hate it with a passion. But if a political conversation gets started and I'm just listening in and there's just an unapologetic amount of bullshit in the conversation, I can't I can't keep my mouth shut. I really can't. Kind of like Canada right now. Canada has a huge political issue right now, and nobody wants to face it. Nobody really wants to face it. Nobody wants to face our political issue. And our political issue right now is there's been so much. There's been. It started with COVID. COVID's really where it started, and it's been going since COVID. And let me explain it. When COVID started, we had the lockdowns. The lockdowns affected a lot of people, but they were necessary. I 100% support the lockdowns. I 100% support, shutting down of unnecessary businesses and jobs until the pandemic was handled. We were able to handle it, And a lot of people like to think that, oh, well, there was no real danger. There was not a. They forget how many people actually died during the pandemic. They forget it. They forget. They have what I like to call now vision. They look back at things through I don't know what kind of glasses. Rose-colored glasses, I think, was the old the old the old adage. You're looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, in which, you know, what that means is you don't see things as they were. You see things as you want to remember them as. You add a little more. You add a little. You add a little more fluff to the reality. You make it prettier. You make the reality prettier than it was. Uh, less dangerous than it was. Less scary than it was. Basically, you basically change history to suit your own narrative. And for a lot of people, the narrative was that we didn't need to shut down. Their narrative was that the shutdown hurt a lot of people and didn't accomplish anything. And I was one of those people that was hurting in the shutdown. I ended up having time off work. I ended up behind in my bills. I ended up behind in my rent. I was really worried about where my next paycheck was coming from, where my next meal was coming from, what my next paycheck was going to be. And I understand. I went through it. I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, people didn't have it hard. People had it hard, but we had to have it hard. That was the only way to keep people safe. We had to have it hard, but we made it through. And I don't look back on that as saying, you know, we didn't need to do this. They didn't need to take away our freedoms. They didn't need, you know. We had the frickin' freedom wagon here in Canada, which was just basically a bunch of pissed off truckers who fucking need to get their heads out of their ass, in my opinion. Anyway, and I was a trucker, so I actually understand where they were coming from and what they were doing. They came from Alberta. The truck convoy came from Alberta. If you know anything about Alberta, you know it's a conservative-run province. It's run by the Conservatives. Just like Ontario. Ontario is run by the Conservatives. But the difference between Ontario and Alberta is Alberta's proud of being run by the Conservatives. Ontario is not. Ontario is kind of like... They don't realize the Conservatives are in charge. That's the difference. And I think the problem in Alberta is they know the Conservatives are in charge, but the Conservatives have gotten so good at blaming the federal government instead of the provincial government, which basically runs everything. They've gotten so good at shifting that blame to, oh, the federal government's to blame. The Liberals are in charge right now. Well, no, they're not. Liberals are in charge of federal stuff, which, believe it or not, doesn't really affect most people's daily lives. Federal stuff does not affect most people's daily lives. It's provincial stuff that affects your lives. Provincial stuff is roadways. Provincial stuff is schools. Provincial stuff is even your price of milk in the store. People are blaming the federal government for the prices of milk in the stores. Like, it boggles my mind because the price of milk is controlled by non-profit organizations. They're they're collectives. They handle the price of milk. It has nothing to do with the government. The government has nothing to do with the price of milk, or the price of bread, or the price of anything in the stores, in the grocery stores. The government has nothing to do with it. Yet, all of this stuff gets shifted to the government and blamed on the government. It's like, oh, I can't afford anything in the store. Oh, the price of toilet paper is, $10 a roll. The government has nothing to do with that. I mean, people's mentality is that the government walks into grocery stores and is like, okay, we're going to set this price, we're going to set that price, we're going to that has nothing to do with it. It's all corporate. It's all corporate run. It's corporations that are fucking Canadians. It has nothing to do with the government. The government can control federal taxes. That's what they can control. The government only controls federal taxes and federal services. Your employment insurance, that's federal. Actually, is it? I don't even know if it's federal. It might be provincial. Um, your GST, goods and services tax, that's federal. But you also got to remember that there's a PST on there, or I guess they call it HST now. Everything's HST now, harmonized. Harmonized HST is a mixture of GST, which is government, and PST, which is provincial. So they harmonize it. They bring it together as HST. But still, only half of your HST is federal. Yeah. And I mean, good for that, because the government has to, it has to have money. The government has to have money, so you're going to get taxed. And I don't understand people who can't go out and do a simple Google search to find out who runs what in this country. Like I said, most of the problems that these people from Alberta were bringing to the Parliament here in Ontario, most of the problems that they were coming here with had absolutely nothing to do with the federal government. They were all provincial, which, hello, Conservatives. Your problems are with the Conservative government that's currently in operation in Alberta. It's the same as here in Ontario. Ontario is a Conservative. We're run by Doug Ford. Doug Ford is our leader here in Ontario. He's Conservative. He's a Conservative leader. So when I look at all these vehicles driving around with Canadian flags upside down, well, it's not so much now. It was back when that stupid ass convoy was going on. People driving around with upside down Canadian flags. People with stickers on their vehicles. Fuck Trudeau. It really pissed me off, because I'm like, these are not Canadians. This is not the Canadian attitude. This is the American attitude, and I'm sorry, Americans. I'm sorry to say that, but this is the American attitude. You have a two-party system in the U.S. You are either left or right. There's barely anybody that's down the middle. If you are down the middle, you are so silent that you are not heard. And unfortunately, those are the people that need to be heard. The ones that are down the middle. They need to be heard. But you will never hear from them, because the loudest people in America are either the far left or the far right. And you can't deny that. There's no denying that. And here in Canada, even though we are not a two-party system, we are a multi-party system. We have like 7 or 8 major parties. We are locked into this two-party system. I don't know whether it's because we're close to the U.S. and the U.S. is so two-party and we get a lot of U.S. input, but we bounce back and forth between liberals and conservatives, liberals and conservatives, liberals and conservatives. They've been fucking Canada for over 100 years, people. and every so often we just flip between them. It's like, oh well, fuck the liberals. Now it's the we're gonna vote conservative. Well, you don't remember what happened last time the Conservatives were in? Last time the Conservatives were in, they attacked veterans. They shut down Veteran Affairs Office, took away vet benefits. They did all kinds of shit. They attacked veterans. People were pissed. How do you think the Liberals got in charge? Where do you think the Liberal vote came from? People were pissed off at the Conservatives. So you're going to be, oh, okay, well, now we're pissed off at the Liberals, so now we're going to flip back to the Conservatives. Well, 8 years down the road, 4 years down the road, or whatever it is, 6 years down the road, we don't really have the whole, 4-year thing here in Canada. But however many years down the road, people are going to be just as pissed off with the Conservatives, and they're going to go, oh, well, we need the Liberals in charge again. And I can say that with utter confidence, because that's the way it's gone for friggin' hundreds of years. I've gone back and I've looked at the voting records for Canada, and it's liberal, then conservative, then liberal, then conservative, then liberal, then conservative, and you can actually Google search, hop on Google, and you can look at why they were voted out. And the reason they were voted out was because people were pissed off at gas prices and food prices and this and that, and job loss and job gain, and Stuff that the government has no control over. The government can't create jobs. The only jobs a prime minister can create are the ones in his office. Whether it be a secretary or you know, maybe somebody who takes down their dictation, or you know, somebody who proofreads their work. That's the only jobs that a politician can create. A politician can't create a job in an auto factory. A politician can't create a job in a steel mill or in a grocery store. Politicians have absolutely zero control over any of that shit. That's all on the company. Companies go doing good, they can hire more workers. Or maybe they won't hire more workers. Maybe they'll have one person doing 5 jobs. That's the company. Even if a company's doing good, they can still have one person doing the job of 3. Or they can bring in, if a company's doing really good, they can bring in automation, and there goes all your jobs. It has nothing to do with politicians. It has everything to do with the friggin' company. So, I have to laugh whenever I hear a politician go, oh, we're going to create jobs. No, you're not. You don't have the ability to. Or, we're going to fix the economy. No, you're not. You don't have that power. You don't have the power to fix the economy. You have the power to give corporations a break, and then hope to hell those corporations do things like create jobs. You give them tax breaks. Pray to God they create jobs with those tax breaks. That's all you can do as a politician. That is it. That's your limit. You are there. You have hit your limit as to how effective you are. Giving tax breaks to the wealthy. Alright. You know what? I should make... you know what? Maybe I'll go to my next... I wonder if I should go to my next tier here. I can go to my next tier here. Wait, is this how I do it? No. I have to actually put the blue ones around. I can create the blue ones, but then I have to put the blue ones around the right. Okay. I'm going to keep one of each color here. At least one of each color. But it's the blue. I have to put the blue ones around the orange one with the shards to get the blue crystal. Okay. I know I'm talking a lot more in this one. I'm fired up today. I don't know why I'm so fired up today. I'm just fired up today. So, I apologize if I'm offending anybody. I honestly don't care. But you have my apology. As they say, if you're offended by the things I say, that's a you problem. Be offended. It doesn't change anything. Aluminum! Aluminium! Oh, I can't balance on this grid. That's why I don't do that. That's why I don't use that. That's why I use the table to do all this. You cannot balance. You cannot balance out on this crafting grid. So let's grab our stuff here, and let's make some. Let's make some ores. I'm probably not going to double these guys up. I wish I could. That's zinc. That's aluminum. Okay, so silver, silver, silver. Nickel, nickel. Okay. So we'll do this and balance the grid, and I'll fire that out. Okay. Zinc. I think that's the only zinc I have. Oh no, I have more zinc. Okay. What do I have more zinc? There's no tin, nickel, nickel. Okay. So we'll balance that out. We'll fire that out. Fire that out. Nickel. Fire this out. This is tin. That is aluminum. Okay, so aluminum. Okay, and then we have tin over here. Oops, rub it out. We have tin over here. Tin, think that's all the tin. Yeah, that's osmium. Okay. And down, and we have osmium. Balance. Oh, it's already balanced. Lead. Okay. So yeah, as the comedian says, I am not here to not offend. I will most definitely offend. I like to take the mentality of, if I have offended you in some way, you need to ask yourself why you're offended. Why are you offended? It's just words. All I'm saying is words. If you're taking offense to the words, it means you have something invested in it. That's a you problem. Alright, let's go! Let's get more of these guys going here. Huzzah! And honestly, I think the most offensive thing I ever heard was when somebody told me I had to believe something. Those are, when I think back on the most offensive things that I have ever heard in my life, it has nothing to do with people saying, you know, anything about trans or anything about gays or anything about, you know, it doesn't even have to do with anybody saying anything personal about me. When I think back about the most offensive things that I've ever heard somebody say to me, it all has to do with the fact that I had to believe something that I didn't believe. It was like I was being forced to. Like, religion, for one. I was, you know, told growing up, I had to believe in a divine God or something, you know. And I was like, why? Why do I have to believe in this? Why am, you know, I'm offended that you think I should have to believe this. I have no qualms against people who do believe it. I believe to each their own. But when you're telling me I have to believe it, that's offensive to me. And when I look at it and I go, why is that offensive to me? It's basically the audacity of somebody saying that I have to believe what they believe just because they believe it. It's, you know, the audacity of somebody saying, you know, this is what you have to believe. I don't think anybody has to believe anything. Nobody has to believe in it. Something you can choose to believe. You can choose not to believe. You can be right. You can be wrong. Who knows? But you have the right to make that choice. You have the right to make that belief. Somebody can tell you you're wrong. Somebody can prove to you that you're wrong. But you still have the right to believe whatever the hell you want to believe. You want to believe the earth is flat? Go ahead. Believe the earth is flat. Doesn't affect me in the least. You tell me I have to believe the earth is flat? Now we got a problem. You prove it to me. You could change my belief by proving to me that it is flat. But you're not going to come and tell me I have to believe it just because you say so. That I find offensive. I have the right to decide myself. So yeah, when I find something offensive, that's the kind of thing that I find offensive. You could say all you want about me. You could say all you want about, you know, friends, neighbors, whatever. I'm not going to get offended because I hold to my beliefs. If you want to say things that aren't true, that's on you. You know? you want to say things that I believe are not true, or other people believe are not true, that's on you, and you'll be spotted for that. You'll be seen for that. But telling me that I have to believe it? Oh, now you crossed the line. Now you crossed the line. There's that line that you just don't want to cross. So yeah, that's when I think of things that are offensive, that's what I think of. Things that are offensive to me. Things that are offensive to me are things that I know in my heart, I believe, and somebody else tells me I have to believe otherwise. That I find that offensive. And you can if you want to insinuate that I'm talking about the trans movement, I'm definitely not. But I mean, if you want to insinuate that, you can insinuate that all you want. Personally, I believe that trans people have the right to live their life in any way they want to choose. They do not have the right to infringe on my right to live my life. So, and that's where we have the conversation about bathrooms, for example. I personally think that trans should have their own bathroom if they want, if they want. Otherwise, they should use their gender-appropriate bathroom. And I'm not talking about the gender they feel that they are. I'm talking about the gender that they physically are. Because again, I'm not going to be forced to believe that a man is a woman and deserves to go into a woman's washroom. That is forcing your belief on others, which is not right. That is forcing your belief on others. You are making the masses, okay? You're forcing the masses, or telling the masses that they have to believe what the majority do not, or what the majority can prove is not factual. Any doctor can prove that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. That's provable. It's fact. But if you want to believe that you are a woman, more power to you. If you are a man who wants to believe that you are a woman, more power to you. You go ahead with that belief. Go ahead with that belief. This is what I'm saying. I am not saying that you are wrong. That is for. I shouldn't say that. I should say I'm not saying you're wrong for having that belief. You can believe whatever you want. Believe whatever you want. What I'm saying is that you're wrong to force others into that belief. That's what I'm saying. And I believe it will eventually come to a head. Not as far as, not like people attacking other people. It's not going to come to a head as far as that's concerned, but I do believe it's going to eventually fade out. It's the new thing. I mean, the gays went through it, and I say the gays. I don't mean that in a derogatory term at all. I mean it as a group term. I'm just saying, as a group, the gays went through it. They fought for their rights to be acknowledged, which is all you need. Acknowledgement. That's all you need is acknowledgement, and that's all anybody is required to give you is acknowledgement. You're not required to get your own bathroom. You're not you're not required, or nobody is required to allow you to infringe on their rights. You can't defend your rights by infringing on somebody else's rights. And that's basically what the whole washroom talk was about. You're infringing on the rights of others. And at the same time, you're expecting them to respect your rights. That's not how the world works. That's called hypocrisy. Um, so yeah, but you know, as far as the trans goes, I do believe that they should be respected. I do believe that their choices should be respected. Um, and I do believe that they should be able to live their life the way that they want to live their life. So I am one of those people that's basically along the lines of you respect me, I'll respect you. That's where I am in that regard, and I believe that's the proper mentality to have. You respect me, I'll respect you. You respect my privacy, I'll respect your privacy. You know, you respect my bathroom labels, and I'll respect the bathroom labels for you. But that's where you run into a problem because you can't do both. So in that case, you have to go with the masses, and the masses are, you know, hate to say it, but the masses are not trans. So bathroom labels are bathroom labels. And if you're a biological man, you go into that man's bathroom. It's the same as you if you were a biological woman. It would be the same conversation, and this is where people get upset because they're like, "Oh, well, a biological man should be able to go into, you know, a woman's washroom as long as he identifies as a woman." No. And in the same note, I don't think that a woman who identifies as a man should be able to go into a man's washroom. I think they should go into the woman's washroom. That is what their biology is. That female washroom has been designed for their biology, whether they claim to be a man or not. It has been set up for them. In a man's washroom, you're going to find urinals. A biological woman cannot use a urinal. At least not properly. And I wouldn't expect them to. So there is going to be less facilities in that washroom for that woman who thinks she's a or that biological woman who thinks she's a man. There's going to be less facilities in there for that person. So that's the reason why I say washrooms are designed for biology. They're not designed for what you identify as. And as such, you should go into the washroom that is biologically designed for you. So, I mean, we're going kind of crazy with the topics today. I'm in a very fighty mood, as I said, and my ADHD is doing the topic hopping, which it normally does. Anyway, I should put a warning on this on this video. Skip it if you're not feeling politically, I guess, talk about political conversations or edgy conversations as they were. You're easily offended. I'm not monetized in any way anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me what I say on here. That's why we have freedom of speech. I can basically say whatever the hell I want. If it offends you, fine. Watch a different video. Go create your own content. Alright, that little dude has grown up. I actually think a lot of my viewers come to me because I talk about such things. I don't hold back. I'm like filterless, which is not necessarily a good thing. But I enjoy being open. I don't worry about being canceled. I don't care who I offend. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not here for you to love. Get the... Really? I cannot hit the chicken that I need to hit. Stop moving in front of the chicken I need to... Really? How am I hitting every chicken except the one that's shiny? Like, this is ridiculous. There, finally. Holy crow. Aimed right at him, could not hit him. Oh, wait a minute. Whoops. I have a problem now. Oh, wait, I got the totem. Oh, it's a regeneration. Nice. But I do have a problem now, because all of that stuff is now going to go... Crap. It's going to get piped to these. Empty, empty. Okay, so that's those have volumes. So where is all that stuff going to end up now? I didn't think about that. Oh, okay, it's going to stay in here. Okay. So anything that cannot be processed is going to stay in this chest, which is fine. That's kind of what I was hoping was going to happen. Okay. Can I put this on me? I can. Ha! I now have regeneration. My heart's now regen. Look at that. Yay! Okay. I love these tokens. These tokens are awesome. I do need to block that, though. How am I going to block that? I need to block that without shutting down the ability to get into that chest. Which I might be able to do with a trapdoor. So anyway, I do offer a blanket apology to anybody who I may have offended with these conversations today. I don't really care if I did, but I'll offer you an apology, because I think it's just the polite thing to do. There we go. Okay, so that works. Actually, I like that a lot better. Maybe I'll take this one too. And just put a trapdoor. You know what? If I put one down here and I put one up here, I can have a nice little door there. Will that stay if I take this off? It will. Okay, look. Aha! I have access. So that worked. Okay, so we have... I really don't know... See, this is much better when you're using botany pots, because botany pot, this harvester seems to be pretty slow. I mean, I know I can upgrade it, but right now it seems to be pretty damn slow. And the plant growth speed isn't that fast either. So watch. Okay, all the plants are at full. Let's see how fast this harvester gets these plants. As a reminder, when this field is full, it's still going to take 2 full harvests for it to create the coal. So we got 1 plant, 1 harvested, 2 harvested, 3 harvested, 4 harvested. So that is not by any means a speedy harvester. Shit. Okay, well. Do we have? We don't. We have 1 less than we need for... Okay, but I can make 1 more seed. I can make 1 more seed. One more coal seed, I should say. Oh, it's over in the botany pots. Botany pots. Or not botany pots, Botania. Oh my god. It's in the Botania box. I wish I had botany pots. That would make this a whole lot simpler. Okay. Let's make another coal seed. We'll put it over here. And let's just twerk all these so then we can kind of see the pattern it goes here. So we'll grab from there. And then I'm going to say it's probably going here. And then here. And then here. Yep. Then it'll go here. Then here, maybe? Okay, then here. Then here. Then here. And then there. That one's not ready yet, though. And then there. Okay. That is the pattern it goes. So it is fairly slow, but it does follow a pattern. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now it does the water. After a short pause, it does the water one. And then a short pause, it does this one. 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 So I'm going to count this. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 5 Mississippis. So about 5 seconds between grabs. About 5 seconds between grabs. So when it grabs that one, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. Yeah, so it's roughly 5 seconds between. My counting's a little slow, but it's roughly 5 seconds between. So it'll go here, here, here. It'll go here, then 5 seconds here, then 5 seconds here, then 5 seconds here, 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there, 5 seconds here, 5 seconds here, 5 seconds here. And that's the pattern it's running in. Unfortunately, if I expand this, if I give this a speed upgrade, it might speed it up, but it's also going to increase the area that it's grabbing from, so there's going to be more times when it's grabbing from blank. If anything, if I want to speed this up, I need to put a farmland here and farmland here. If anything, that's the only way I'm going to speed this up. I need a farmland here, and then all of them have to be the coal crop. That's going to be the only way I'm going to be able to speed this process up without making a massive farm. Staying in this little area with this 3x3, that's the only way I can do that. If I had like a 6x6 farm or a 9x9 farm or whatever, with all filled with coal, then this would be tremendously faster. But because I've limited myself to this little space here, the fastest thing I can do is make sure every single spot that I can get has a coal plant. That might even include moving the water here and doing coal, 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 just so there's a plant in every single spot. But we are getting mana, which is great to see. So by the time I come over to do Botania, we should hopefully be well on the way to being able to power a gate. I'm hoping, so we can at least do a couple of trades before we shut it down. All right, this is looking rather awesome. At any rate, I think that might be it for this episode. We have our soul sand being made. Oh, we need more sand. We need more actual sand. Okay, I'm good with this. This is not a bad thing. So we got our soul sand machine operating at full blast over here, which I'm loving. I am so happy that we have that going now. That's actually going to help when we get to the nether too, because I believe the nether is also a skyblock. We're going to eventually have to go there to get things like blaze rods and stuff like that. And the skelly heads, I believe we're going to have to go there to get the skelly heads. That kind of stuff. So we will have to traverse eventually the nether to get certain things that you can't get in the overworld, regardless of, you know, how your overworld is built. And I think it would be good to have certain things with us to facilitate that. One of them is going to be soul sand. So we can use the soul sand, we can place it down on top of, like, say cobble. We'll put a bed of cobble and then put the soul sand on top of it. And that will give us the ability to just have a natural environment for spawns. There are certain things that spawn on soul sand. There are certain things that spawn on, you know, just regularly. Kind of like how we have to have grass to get, you know, the horses and they wouldn't spawn on this. They spawn on the grass. And the more grass I have, the more of those things I'll get spawning in the area. So my goal is to keep some areas natural, and by that I need to, like I said, I need to make some areas of the nether I'm going to have to cover with soul sand to give that natural spawning location for certain mobs. Not exactly sure which mobs, but I feel that having natural spawning locations for mobs is what prompts certain mods to spawn. You know what, I should probably put this over in the, before I forget. Yep, that's getting flooded. That's getting flooded. Okay, and I really should move the water back to here. So let me grab my bucket, move this water back, and then I will put this in there. Doom, doom, doom. And now we have a full 3x3 farm, which I will eventually have to get coal in. Right now, actually, I feel like there would be more value to this farm if we spread out the seeds so there was a delay between when they're harvested. Whoops. That would at least allow them to get the full growth before the harvest kicks in. So we'll spread you guys out like this, so there's... The hell? Oh, okay. I was like, excuse me. Where are my seeds? Okay, so if we spread them out like this, they'll at least have a chance to grow full before they get... Well, that was dumb. Before they get kicked off to the next region. So they'll have a few seconds to grow before the next harvest comes by. Or you just come over and twerk them. I don't know if there's a sprinkler in this one or not. Oh, excuse me. SPRINK. Sprinkled, 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 sprinkled. Sprinkled blocks. There are growth accelerators. Okay. There are growth accelerating blocks. Fertilized farmland speeds up growth. And these guys, which are, what are they, just stone? Oh, you gotta have an inferium gemstone. Ooh. That's actually not that bad. That's just a diamond with some... That's a diamond with... 4... shards. 4 shards of prosperity. And then 2 inferium. So 2 inferium, 4 prosperity, and a diamond give you that. And then these guys are just the regular inferium essence, which I get millions of. And then you get 3 of them. And the range is 12 blocks. Grows the plant above it faster. With a range of 12 blocks. So that mean, does that mean, I wonder if that means, does that mean 12 blocks up? So you could like put a farm here and you could stack a farm and the one it shoots straight up? Or does that mean like 12 blocks, like 12 blocks around it? It grows the block above, but like and the 12 blocks around it. I don't know. That's a very... It's 12 blocks, 24, 36, 48, 60. So does that grow the plants 60 straight up, or does it grow it out 60? That's not clear. Why are you not clear? Why are you so... Ah! Let's take a quick look. Mystical agriculture growth accelerator blocks. Okay, growth accelerator is a block added by Mr. It is used. Okay, can be placed under any block that a plant is on to make it grow faster. Growth accelerators scan a single column from 1 to 64 blocks above themselves looking for growables. So it is directly above the block, up to 60 away, depending on the... Okay. Each tier has... Okay, for later Minecraft versions, growth accelerators have tiers, and each tier has a different reach, starting at 12, increasing by 12 each tier until you reach 60. So, it only grows the block above it. Only grows the block above it. So if I were to do it here, I would need 9 of them. I would need 9 of these. So and then thankfully they craft at 3 each. But they would grow up to 12 blocks above them. So I could have stacked farms. I could have this farm with another farm stacked above it, another farm stacked above it, another farm stacked above it, up to 12 blocks away. The plant can be up to 12 blocks away. It doesn't. It's not doing the farmland. It's doing the plant. So the plants could be up to 12 blocks away from it, and it would grow them. It would accelerate their growth, which I think that is a great idea. I think we're going to do that. We need more prosperity shards, which are simple enough to get because we got the soul sand going over here now. I mean, our soul sand is going crazy. But anyways, before I get into another 4-hour frickin' video, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Again, the opinions stated in this video are my opinions and are not reflective of any organization. I just feel I have to say that. My personal opinions. God damn it, I'm entitled to them. But anyway, I will catch you all on the flip side. I'm going to go make myself some lunch. And this is still running. Wow. We're getting ingots, man. We're getting ingots. I'm gonna need to create some coal soon. Need to create coal for myself soon. Let's This is the best thing about mystical agriculture. There we go. I got my own stuff, and I didn't really rob it of anything. There we go. I got coal. I'll throw this in here, so it can get coal. We'll throw this in here, so we're all topped up again. And away we go. Anyway, so that's going to be it for this episode. I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Hopefully I offended some of you and didn't offend others. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you next time. This is Jody signing off. Bye-bye for now.